Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video on my channel. In this video we'll take a look at a very interesting package, that is the Facebook prediction tool Fbprophet. This tool was developed by the Facebook data science team to predict time series data, and we will apply that for stock prices. So first of all, let's make sure that we've installed the Fbprophet package. Open up your terminal if you're using IDE and type in pip install Fbprophet. If you're using Anaconda or Spider, as I'm doing and as I'm recommending to use, type in conda install -c conda-forge Fbprophet. If you have struggles installing the module, please check the video description as there is an alternative way to install the module. Now let us take a look which modules do we need to import. By the way, I'm assuming here that you've already installed them. In case you don't, please check the video in the right corner above. In specific, we need the pandas data reader to get historical stock prices. We need the datetime module to actually create datetime objects, and for graphically presenting our data, we need the Matplotlib library. I also imported the warnings module and turned off the future warnings for presentation reasons. So you don't have to do that, but I think it's annoying for this presentation if you have upcoming future warnings, so I've turned that off. Now let's get into action by defining our time horizon. First, we need the most recent date, and that is easily achieved by just calling the now function from the datetime module. So we are getting the date of today here. After that, we have to subtract the years we want to go back to define the start horizon. And as we are taking a look at Google, it makes sense to go back 20 years, as Google is a young company. But if you're taking a look at other companies which are older, it might make sense to go back even 40 years or something like that. After that, we are getting the historical stock price of Google in this time horizon we just defined. So we are taking the Yahoo ticker of Google, which is Goog, and the start value, which is this one here, and the end value here. So to make this more clear, let's just print out end once again. We are getting the date of today, right, and a timestamp even. And if we are printing out the start time, we're getting 2000 and the date of today, right? So pretty easy. Now let's execute that and actually print out this data frame, which we are getting by this online request. So we are getting a table like this one here. So this goes back until 2004, so 20 years is even too long. By the way, compare the Google price of 2004, which is 50 bucks, to today's price. That's insane, right? But whatever. Let's get to the prediction part. Well, first of all, we have to import. That is, from Fbprophet import prophet. If you have an error referring to a holiday bug, please read the video description. I had the problem and it's actually pretty easy to fix. Now, we are creating our model as we are calling this prophet. When we are doing that and we are printing out this model, we are getting a forecaster object here. After that, we have to reset the index of our data frame from above. Why is that? Because we need the dates here, which is the index of this data frame, as a column. Right? So these are the columns here, and this is the index. This is not a column. So you can achieve that by just resetting the index. So if we are printing out that again, we are getting a date column here, right? And you need that for the next step. That is to create two new columns, and you have to name them exactly as DS and Y. And you need to assign the date column and the adjusted close column to those two new columns. So we are executing that and printing out this new data frame. Well, we are just having a data frame with two new columns, which are exactly the same as the date column here for DS and Y column for our adjusted close price. These are the two parameters for our prediction function, by the way. So if we are fitting this module now to DF, which is our data frame, and this model is automatically taking these two columns as parameters, so you don't have to care about that. We are fitting the model, getting an error message, which we can ignore. And after that, we have to define the future time horizon. And the model has actually a function to do that for us. And that is model.make_future_data frame. And then you are defining your prediction period. And that is 1 year right now, but you can also define 10 days for the price in 10 days of Google, or even 30 days for the price of Google in 1 month, and so on and so forth. Of course, longer time periods are possible as well. So we are taking 1 year here, okay? And we are executing that here. And now we are creating our forecast. And that is done by the prediction function, which is predict of this model. And then we are taking the future parameters as an argument. So we are taking the next 365 days as the argument of this prediction function. And if we're executing that and actually plot this forecast and using plt.show to create this graph, we have to get through a moment of silence because this is taking some seconds. And then we're getting this pretty nice chart here, right? And what we are noticing is that this prediction was pretty accurate, right? So if we are taking a look here, pretty nice, right? So the price in 1 year should be roughly 1,500 according to Facebook prediction. Let's take one more example, okay? So let's take Tesla, for example, and do the whole procedure again that you can get it and apply it on your own, okay? So once again, from above, every step again. First one was define the time horizon. Well, Tesla is a young company again, so 20 years is enough, I assume. So we are keeping that. We need to define the ticker symbol of Tesla, which is TSLA, and we have to execute that. And let's print this data frame again. We are getting back until 2010 here. Now we have imported this profit module and we have to create the model again. So remember that you have to always execute this newly when creating a new model. So execute that again. We don't need to print out that again, but we have to reset the data frame here, or the index of the data frame. And we can print that here, so we get the date column. And now we need to create the 2 new columns, which are the parameters of this prediction function. So this is necessary. So let's do that again, print out the new data frame, and we got these 2 parameters here. And then we're doing the model fit to this data frame, which is taking these 2 arguments here. And then we are creating our future time horizon. We are keeping 1 year here. Then actually do the forecast by this future time horizon and execute that. And afterwards, we are plotting the graph and going through some seconds of embarrassing silence again. And here we are getting the prediction for Tesla. That's it. So pretty nice and pretty easy, right? So play a bit around with your favorite stocks and see if this prediction is matching your expectations. And let me know if this is an accurate prediction or is this just maybe another failing model of stock price prediction. I'm really looking forward for your comments on that. And I thank you very much for watching and see you in the upcoming videos. Bye bye.